What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on two new trailers that came out. Last week I did a video talking about my thoughts on the Black Widow trailer, but this week we got two new trailers. Sunday we got the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer, and then on yesterday, I believe, on Monday, we got the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. So I'm going to be giving thoughts on both these. There are probably more trailers that are movies that I just don't care for, personally, but these are movies that definitely I'm interested in. So, let's get into the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. I think the movie looks pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, the one thing I am definitely not keen on is the resurrection or whatever of Steve Trevor. I don't know what they're doing with that. It makes no sense if he's been like... My dad was like, oh, well, you didn't see him die, you just saw the plane blow up. I'm like... He can't have just shown up in 1984 after, like, fighting in World War I and still look the same if he actually was, like, technically alive. Like, that makes no sense. So he's clearly been brought back to life somehow. But I assume this villain that we see in the trailer, whatever the heck his name is, sorry. I don't remember his name, but this main villain guy who's like, you can have whatever you want or something. You're what you've always desired or something. So I think that he is going to be the main antagonist, and possibly he brings back Steve, or maybe just brings back an illusion of Steve to, like, trick Diana into trusting him or something. I don't know. But some of the stuff with him does look funny because you have, it, like, kind of the roles reversed at the end of the trailer when she's like, it's all art, and then he's looking at the garbage can, and she's like, that's just a garbage can. You know, like, stuff like that. It's like now Steve in the 1980s is like the fish out of water this time, similar to Diana, how Diana was in the first Wonder Woman when she entered, you know, the world of men. Like, that's pretty funny. I like that idea, having, you know, the tables turned, and now Diana is kind of the one explaining the things to Steve as he's experiencing them for the first time. That's cool. I like that. I like that idea a lot. I'm just not entirely sure of how they're going to execute it. Like, I can't really criticize it that much yet, because I don't know what the execution of it will be. But if the execution's bad, I'm not going to be pleased with what they're doing. Sorry about that. But, yeah, I'm not going to be pleased if the execution of that, plotline is bad. I don't think it will be, but I'm just, if the execution isn't that good, then I'm going to be kind of mad. Because it's like, no movies can have stakes anymore. I hope it's not just, he's back because, you know, Chris Pine, he needed a paycheck, and, you know, we wanted to have him in the sequel, so he's just in this movie for no reason. I just really hope they don't do that. That's really annoying. That would be really annoying to me. But, the rest of it looks interesting. I'm interested to see how the development of the villain, I don't know if it's the secondary villain or if she's actually the main villain. They're trying to divert our attention to this other guy. Cheetah seems to be Diana's friend at the beginning of the movie, and she'll possibly become, you know, a villain by the end. So that looks kind of interesting. It looks like kind of she's going back. We're seeing some more flashbacks, so it's like we're going back more to, Themyscira, and the tone and the setting I'm really enjoying. I'm really looking forward to it. Like, the Black Widow trailer, as a fan of the MCU, has kind of been bothering me, but since the DC Universe definitely still has a lot more ahead of it and is only just really getting into its good phase, I think that there is more potential for this film than Black Widow. Because Black Widow, some of the things that I'm worried about that movie, I'm positive will happen in the movie, which will definitely be flaws with it for me, but Wonder Woman 84, or 1984, I'm actually pretty, like, looking forward to it, and I think that it could be pretty good. It could be better than Black Widow. I think the first Wonder Woman was a really good film, and I hope they continue that with this. I mean, usually sequels aren't as good as the original or better. I don't think it'll be better than the first one, but the tone, the setting, you know, a lot of that, some people may be like, oh, well, why are you harping on the Black Widow trailer for having this dark tone? And you're not harping on the DC movies for having humor in them when you're harping on the Black Widow trailer that's having, you know, the Marvel humor. I don't like this idea that, you know, people are, like, putting it up against Marvel that, oh, DC is more grounded, but Marvel, you know, they're like the comedies, you know? I don't like that excuse. I don't like that discussion on how, oh, Marvel always has to have humor. So that means it's justified why there's, like, bad humor in the movie that doesn't fit the tone at all. I'm fine with humor in Marvel movies as long as it fits the tone and the setting of the film. The first Wonder Woman had the same tone that I'm getting from this trailer. You know, the humor has the same style and the same tone as the first film. So that's why I'm not harping on it, because I think the humor will be well handled in the film. So not a lot to say about the Wonder Woman 84 trailer. I'm really looking forward to the movie. I didn't expect the trailer to come out. I kind of forgot this movie was happening, but this has definitely raised my expectations, and it's getting me pretty excited for the film. So let me know what you thought of the Wonder Woman 84 trailer. But then yesterday, we got our official trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife. And I'm very interested in this movie. I'm very interested to see what they have in store for us. You know, I'm a big fan of the old Ghostbusters from 1984. It's 1984. Same year Wonder Woman came out. I wonder if they'll have some sort of little in-joke about Ghostbusters and Wonder Woman. I don't know. That would be pretty funny. But, you know, it's... The trailer looks pretty good for this movie. I'm pretty, like, excited, or I guess not excited really, but interested, because, you know, a lot of people didn't like the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot. I get it, didn't make a lot of money, not a lot of people liked it, so they never made a sequel. And now we're going back to the roots, it seems like, and it's kind of like a future generation of family, and they're kind of out of money. They say at the beginning of the trailer they're broke, and they're moving into this old farmhouse, and the kid, I'm sorry, looks just like Harold Ramis, so I'm pretty sure they're talking about his grandfather or something. There's one shot where he's, like, pushing aside this coat hanger, and there's all the old Ghostbusters uniforms in the basement or something. That could be... I didn't see what name was on the name tag on that uniform, but I think that this is Egon's grandson, I would assume, is the main lead character. I don't know if his friends or his family, whoever these other side characters are, I don't know if they're related as well. It seems like Paul Rudd, obviously popularized for his role in Ant-Man, will be the kind of teacher character, it seems. They just kind of... He seems to be kind of a Ghostbusters fan, and doesn't seem like the kids really know about it, so he'll be kind of the one I think that will be giving them the information. So I don't know if this kid character... I think the kid is definitely the lead character, but Harold Ramis... Sorry, not Harold Ramis. Rest in peace to Harold Ramis, by the way, but, Paul Rudd, I think, might be kind of the main lead sort of character. He's kind of the main... he's a very popular, like, star, so they'll probably be marketing it heavily as, like, you know, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Paul Rudd movie, you know. When you have, like, the tagline of what actors are in it, I think they'll probably put Paul Rudd in the tagline. But yeah, it seems like they're kind of going back to the roots here in this movie. I think it's going to be a comedy. I think, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be funny. I think I saw Slimer at the end of the trailer. But yeah, all these little details that are... Like, maybe it'll be a fan service movie. I don't know. I really don't know much about the movie. Like, they released that trailer earlier in the year that was just, like, the Ecto-1 license plate in, like, in a barn. And it seems like that's where they're going to be finding the Ecto-1, and I guess the ghosts I guess they open the barn, and there's ghosts down there or something. There's all the Ghostbuster equipment, so it seems like the ghosts will escape, and then, you know, they'll have to track them down and become, like, I guess the kid Ghostbusters. I don't really know. The trailer, honestly, doesn't give much information. We get the main... like, idea of it, you know, there's this family, they move into a farmhouse, and it seems like it's Harold Ramis's character, it's Egon, right? Yeah, Egon. And so it seems like maybe he had a barn or something, and all the Ghostbusters, like, tech and stuff is locked away, and it seems like there were some ghosts locked in there, and maybe the ghosts escape, and the kids are chasing them down. Paul Rudd's like this teacher, this kind of Ghostbusters nerd teacher, and he'll be giving them information, but other than that, we don't really know much about the plot. We know the basic setting, and I don't really know what the tone will be, but we get the basic setting of it. Yeah, there's not a lot of information given, but I am interested. I'll say that much. I'm definitely intrigued as to what the film does. You know, the old Ghostbusters, like, it's not really a great film. Like, it's a comedy, you know, so it wasn't really aiming to be the best film, but it's definitely an iconic, it's an iconic film. I wouldn't say it's really, like, in terms of, like, filmmaking and in terms of, like, or in terms of, like, you know, amazing films, groundbreaking films. The original Ghostbusters isn't really one of those, but it's definitely iconic. You know, Ghostbusters 2, I know a lot of people didn't like. I personally didn't hate that film. It's definitely not that good, but, like, if you ask me, the first one wasn't really, you know, like, an incredible film by any means, so I don't really see why it's so widely criticized, because, you know, it's definitely not as good as the first one, but it's definitely, like, a decent watch, you know. I don't think it's a bad movie, really at all, and I didn't really hate the 2016 one, so, you know, I haven't really hated a Ghostbusters movie yet. You know, I think the 2016 one, the humor is very loud. It depended on a lot of loud humor, and more, like, up in your face sort of humor, where the original Ghostbusters was aimed more at like clever humor and had a different tone. In this movie, I don't really know what the style of it will be. I think it's a comedy. The original was a comedy, obviously. So yeah, I know what they're pulling from. I know what they're doing with this movie. I get the idea of it. I don't really know if it'll make that much money. I don't really know anything about this. I don't really understand what is going to go down in this movie, what the plot is, or like really how popular it will be. But I will be in the theater. I will see this movie, and I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. So yeah, that's me giving my thoughts on the Wonder Woman 84 trailer and the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. So now I've discussed all the new popular trailers. You know, this 2020 is shaping up to be a pretty good summer for movies, I believe. Less of a focus on, the MCU movies, which this year were pretty lame to me. I honestly think this and Wonder Woman 84 honestly look better than the Black Widow movie, just in terms of the continuity, or not the continuity, but just the consistency and tone between the two films. Just for the franchises that they're set in. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in Ghostbusters Afterlife because I don't really know much about it, but I'm definitely very intrigued. And Wonder Woman 84, I'm definitely pretty excited for. So please let me know your thoughts on both these trailers in the comments below if you've seen them, and on my, sort of thoughts in the comments below. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.